Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 of what somehow I thought would be a one-shot. Our Oops All Kobolds Rise of the Redscales. Thank you so much for being here, for joining our Chaos crew. I have 5 lovely, wonderful people here playing the Kobold Chaos crew. And let's say hello to all of them. Playing Xandris, we have Lauren.
Hello, good evening. Welcome, and let chaos reign.
Kibbles, our rogue, is being played by Maddie.
Hello. Once again, let chaos reign. It's going to be bad.
Probably.
Thanks for your vote of confidence.
Hey, I mean, it'll be amazing one way or the other, but I mean, there's a lot that can go terribly, delightfully wrong. Playing Onyx, we have Sally.
Hey Beans! How's it going?
Anna Margaret playing Daphne.
Hello, I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun.
And Krunch played by Mav.
Krunch is played by Krunch alone, okay?
Krunch.
That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Fucking chaos.
Well, before we get fully into the chaos, just a few quick things. 1, this is an 18+ stream because of language and who knows what else. I'm just covering my bases. Please clip your favorite moments. If there's something that you like, I definitely want to see it because I frequently miss it in the heat of the moment. Help me out. And as far as I know, that's all I really have to announce. So, let's go ahead and just run what I thought was for a one-shot. And so if anything in this intro is inaccurate, forgive me. But that intro video. This story doesn't focus really on dragons. Dragons are things of epic legend, but we don't often get to hear the stories about the people that maintain these massive dragon lairs. And that is who this story focuses on. A little while back, the Dragon Queen, Aramanthalyavaraxana, left her ancient lair, leaving her kobold minions behind. Those minions have self-divided into 2 tribes, the Bluescales and the Redscales. Interestingly enough to all of us outside observers, all of their scales are basically shades of purple. But with this change in the status quo, there was panic amongst the kobolds. Some members of the Redscales wanted to send a group to go and take the magical items of Aramanthalyavaraxana that were stored in vaults in order to arm themselves against the Bluescales, for certainly the Bluescales would do the same to them. There were also those who said, no, you must maintain faith to the Dragon Queen. Leave her items where they are, but yes, stop the Redscales. Our party of 5, Xandris, Krunch, Daphne, Onyx, and Kibbles, due to their good standing in the community of the Redscales, were selected as de facto leaders on this mission. And while at first you all made it sound like you were not necessarily going to take the Dragon Queen's magic items, as we flash through what happened with you all solving a riddle and grabbing a stash of magic items, including a powerful staff and amulet of health, we then see as you all approach Vault 17, where 3 humans were down here for some reason that you all never got to really explore, as Onyx stepped forward with the Wand of Wonder and shot forth a firebolt, incinerating the 3 of them to ash. Following this, through some clever bluffing through both Xandris and Kibbles as a dead body, managed to convince a opposing group of Bluescales that you were actually on their side, and sent them on their way. Using the Rod of Arcane Gate that you lifted from the riddle room, you managed to circumvent, for now, a hallway of spinning saw blades that stood between you and Vault 17. With 2 quick casts of the Rod of Arcane Gate, you created a portal to the safe part in front of the door, and it is there that we left you, with the 5 of you inspecting these 3 locks with arcane sigils engraved around them that Onyx and Daphne, with very good rolls, were able to determine not only would only go off if the unlocking failed, but were somehow involved with fear. So where we pick up right now, as the camera focuses on you all at first and then pulls back, we see you standing at this large vault door with rows upon rows of spinning saw blades, a mere 6 or 7 feet behind you. The wind from their whirring you can feel blowing your cloaks if you get too close. And it's here that we pick up.
Ethan, how high up are the locks? Like, are they
Kobold,
across? Are
they're
they
a
up and
little,
down?
so they're in a bit of a triangle formation.
Okay.
But they are, they vary between a little bit at eye level and a little higher than you. You figure they're probably intended for the salamanders, but also kobolds were supposed to be able to access them.
Well, I think all of you should go to the other side of the gate before I try opening this lock.
You want us to leave you here by yourself to fend whatever comes from this?
I could never forgive myself if I killed all of you.
I thought we were helping you? Wait, no, I was angry because you didn't want my help. Yeah, I don't know.
You have never picked a lock before. I think it's best if you stay with Krunch back a little bit. I'll call you back when I succeed. I got this. We'll live. I'll live. It'll be fine.
Hey, Kibbs, you gonna be alright?
Uh-huh.
Kibbles, I'm not going nowhere.
But...
Yeah, me neither, Doug.
We got your back. We're all
But
together in this.
If I fuck up, you all die.
No, if you fuck up, we tackle it together. Xandris, what do you think?
I have an idea. We can satisfy both sides of this equation here. I understand you don't want to kill all of us because that would be a real bummer. And I understand you don't want to abandon your friends. So why don't we just take some feet that way? And then I believe in a thing called Kibbles. Just listen to the rhythm of the lock. And it's going to give you bardic inspiration.
For what it's worth, I believe you actually already did that last session for this exact moment.
Thank goodness, yes. Okay.
With a very similar bardic inspiration song. So
I'm
good
having
job
this
being
sense of
consistent.
deja vu. I feel like
Oh, never mind. I can't actually solve this particular problem. That was...
We've been here before.
what if we just stand really close to the portal?
Yeah, just
And
stand
if things
2
look
inches away.
dodgy, we'll just fall in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. What if you tie a rope around me, and then Krunch holds it?
And
So
if
when
things look
you
dodgy,
just fucking whip me out of the way.
I love it.
It'll be fine. We'll be safe.
This
Yeah.
is a good plan.
We got this.
Question. What
Yes?
if the things like materialize beside us wherever we are?
Then we all die.
Then we punch him in the face. You have that super cool stick of yours
Yeah,
that
blow it up again.
vaporized like 3 people. 3 big bodies, so...
I feel like if I...
And hit him. In the face. Hit the face, hit him in the face.
But if everything goes horribly, Daphne, I want you to have the pretty picture. If I die, but you have to put it up on your wall like I was going to, because it's really pretty, and you're really pretty, and I want you to have it. I took it because I wanted to be pretty too, and
You
so
are pretty.
if I live, I'm keeping it. But if I die, you can have it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna pick the first lock.
Okay, so
I'm gonna frantically try to tie a rope as she's picking the lock. Be like, ah! And try to.
because it is slightly rushed, could you make me, Daphne, an athletics check to tie this? It won't be a high
can.
DC, but just because there is a chance of failure.
Oh no. An
I love a chance
athletics?
of it. Yes.
Oh, I'm not terrible at this.
Xander
I can
sits
tie
right
the
next
rope.
to you doing this.
Okay, I think
Zan,
that
what do you-
is
Zan?
a 10. A straight 10.
Which is exactly what I set the DC at. Just straight normal.
I had to look at it because there's like this weird dot between the 0 and the 1 on this dice, and I was like, I think it's still 10.
I mean,
Ooh.
it's 1.0.
I got nervous.
Just to let you know.
Well, I got nervous.
We're gonna go with 10.
I was like, they
You have a
wouldn't do
decimal
that.
die?
It's a decimal
That's
die.
getting
wouldn't
really
do
far
that.
into it.
There's-
But with a
no,
10, yeah, you manage to secure the not a loop around the waist of Kibbles, and then are you all stepping back through the portal? Is that the plan?
Krunch is
I'm
gonna
like-
stay.
Staying really close to the portal.
For what it's worth, just throwing this out there for especially those of you with the higher arcana. Actually, just for fun, everyone involved in this, with the exception of Kibbles, because Kibbles is focused, just make me a straight intelligence check.
Come
Okay.
on.
Oh
That's
Oh, wow,
why,
that's what-
look, it's not,
So no
No,
arcana is
no,
affecting
no.
it though, right? No arcana is
17!
affecting it.
no, just intelligence. So just add your d20 plus your intelligence bonus,
So,
which for you is a +2, Onyx.
11.
11.
I got a -1.
I got a 17.
Okay, what I love is that you all previously said what you were doing, and somehow your rolls accurately reflected it with the -1. But with the 17, and even with the 11, and what'd you get, Xandris?
13.
13, yeah. You all kind of figure that you don't see any reason that the rope wouldn't be able to go through the portal, so you could have her tied up and walk through the portal and be able to just
And pull.
straight through.
Love it. I'm going to discover that as I trip into the portal and still have the rope. Like, I'm going to not keep holding it, though. I'm actually going to hand it to you, Krunch. Here.
All right, cool.
Look, we're on the
yeah.
other side of the portal.
Oh,
I think
Got
you
this,
might,
Crunch.
you might have better luck if she does fail.
all right, that's cool. I'm
Don't kill
Trust
her
your
when you
handles.
pull it though. Watch your strength. She's very tiny.
so
Could you imagine?
so no ripcord. No ripcord.
That's like the worst way I've ever heard of a PC going out.
All right.
Like, save her!
Like an egg. Treat
No,
like
I'm just
an
getting
egg.
Gwen
Got
Stacy
it.
feelings with that.
That's some Call of Cthulhu level stuff there. All right.
Oh.
So as we see this image that we see the whole hallway leading from where the ashes of the humanoids are, and seeing down this whole hallway with these buzzing, spinning saw blades, a portal on one side of it, close to the vault door, with Kibbles, a rope tied around her, and on the opposite side of the hallway, the rope with Krunch holding it, readying your action, essentially, to pull when anything goes wrong. So, Kibbles, could you please make me a lockpick check? So that is your Thieves' Tools check. D20.
That'd be sleight of hand?
No, so it's D20, your dexterity bonus, and your proficiency bonus
Okay, perfect.
together.
Okay, not great. How much do I get for the inspiration?
That first roll of the game. How many luck points do I have? 3 to start.
Oh,
Okay.
did you use your
Like,
bardic inspiration?
Sandus's,
Oh, you-
Bardic Inspiration.
You should
What is
start
that,
with
D4?
I think
believe.
it's an. I think it's. A
Go ahead and check.
I think it's a
Under features
6.
and traits. I believe at level 4 it's still a D6. But go ahead.
Can
and
I
confirm.
hold
I
one of
think
my
it's a
luck
6.
points for Kibble?
You could give 2 of your luck points to
D6, okay.
give 1 extra point to Kibbles.
I think it's gonna be fine. It's fine. Oh yeah.
One
Okay,
second.
we're good. Okay, so with the Bardic Inspiration, that is 19.
19.
Oh, okay.
So you're focusing on the first lock, the one at the bottom.
Yeah, the one right in
left.
the middle.
And you're
Oh,
still
bottom
having
left.
to, like, in order to get a good view, go up onto the balls of your scaled feet and get a little bit of a better view in there. And click that one. And as you press the correct way, the lock you were picking shifts 90 degrees.
Okay. That's one down. We're still alive. Okay.
Great job.
Do we need to make note of the angles and degrees that these locks are rotating? Is this an uncharted situation where we're gonna have to remember?
What are angles and degrees?
This is a
No
okay.
idea.
This is a one shot. I cannot afford the time of throwing complex or puzzles.
Thank
I
God.
think that's a
played,
side-
I've played enough D&D to know exactly how long those go.
All right. Okay, so you still got the rope, Krunch?
Yeah. I'm just gonna
All right.
talk a little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna do the next lock. Sandus, I do forgive you now. Just so you know, I forgive you. And I'm gonna go for the next lock.
Roll it
Got
again.
this.
You got a little homie.
I'm not using that
DC
dice.
15.
Oh, don't tell me that.
DC Mystery.
I've already used one of my inspiration dice. I'm gonna use another inspiration dice.
So we were using luck points.
Luck points.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
3. You have 3 luck points you can use. You still have 2 left.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna use one of those.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. I got a 14.
I give one of my I
luck
give 2 of my
point.
luck points.
Okay. So do I roll again?
So,
think it just goes to 15.
So the luck point system, this was a little house rule, but the way it works is you start with 3, and you can use them to alter your D20 roll. So, like, if you roll a 14, you can spend 1 luck point to make it a 15, 2 to make it a 16, 3 to make it
Then
a
I
17.
got a 15.
Or your friends, you can also spend 2 luck points to raise one of your friends' rolls by 1.
Okay, I thought it was a reroll. No, I got 14 initially, so yeah, I'll just bump that up to a 15.
There you go.
Oh, fuck.
So I would love to know, as you're picking this second one, you have a passion for locks. The tinkering of it is part of what has drawn you to just practicing over and over again with these broken or partially damaged padlocks that find their way to you. And so you know very well the feeling when you trip something you probably weren't supposed to. And I would love to know, what does Kobolds do to go from that moment of slipping into failure and pulls it back into a successful check?
As Kibbles puts it in there, he's hitting all the little keys. I'm going to stop when I miss one. And I'm just going to visualize. I've seen so many locks. I've opened so many locks. I'm going to just visualize that last one, and I'm just going to knock it real quick. And just very, very slowly start to turn it. Like, very slowly, to not put too much pressure on my pick. And I'm just going to have my eyes closed the whole time, just visualizing inside the lock until I can click it open.
Eyes closed, and you just feel as the lock disengages, and you pull your tools back out as the lock rotates 90 degrees.
Okay, that was a close one. The second lock is done.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're doing an amazing job. We're all so proud of you.
Thanks, Whiskey. All right, that was my dog.
Trips the gate, everything blows up.
He just closed my Discord. Okay.
No.
Okay. We got one more. Can I reach this center lock? Because I am below average height.
You can reach it.
Okay. But it's like
almost exclusively going by feel.
Okay. That's how I open them anyway. It's okay. I got this. Okay. Well, I'm most likely going to die now. It has been really, really, really
That's
great.
not the attitude.
Absolutely not.
Have you heard of growth mindset before? Like,
I have
manifesting
no
here.
idea
Manifest.
what that is. I know what my mommy always told me to go out with grace, and so I'm gonna go out with grace. But I must say one thing. Krunch, I'm sorry for like 6 years I called you Crotch behind your back, and I feel like maybe that's why you always say Krunch when you talk, and I blame my brother Bibbles, but it was always me the whole time during middle school, and I'm really, really sorry for that. But I'm gonna open the lock now.
Just one tear comes out of Crunch's eyes. It's okay, little dude. It's okay.
Claw goes over. You okay, buddy?
I need new dice.
You better not die.
Okay, that was a 12.
Before I say whether that succeeds or not, does anyone want to do anything?
Yeah.
You're going
Mav's
to send
offering
two, so that brings it to a 13.
Okay, I have one more luck point, so I can drop one more and make it that a 14.
You can have my two. for
Yeah,
sure.
I was like, I can give two, but at the same time, I really kind of want to know what happens.
I love that trait so much. I just want to fuck around and find out.
so is it 15? Yeah, it's 15.
That's that.
That's what you all have brought it
I
to
feel like
right
it's
now.
higher. I
Yeah.
feel like the first one was lower than 15. The middle one that we went to was 15. Then this one's got to be more. So the
It's
thing
okay.
is, we're putting our luck points in. Should we top those luck points and get it to that point, or should we just see what happens and recoil?
Around and find out.
I mean, I could give another bardic inspiration, but I only have 3.
You can inspire anything. This is ridiculous.
I think that after hearing this, I'm gonna die now, but like, super sorry about this trauma. Sandra's just gonna throw down the drum. And like goes through a full song and dance, and goes to strum like a guitar that doesn't actually exist. And then you're inspired.
Now,
Can I do that?
that was a beautiful description, but unfortunately, I have one piece of bad news. And
Oh, no!
is Bardic Inspiration has to be done before the roll is made.
Oh yeah, that's
It isn't a reaction like
You're right.
points
That's so
and things
nice
like
of you to
that.
let her do that whole thing, though.
The whole time I was debating, I was like, do I just ignore it? Do it? In this one, I think. But it takes you to 15.
There's no way it's just 15.
Mav?
Is it?
The audio was fucking up at that point.
Oh,
for a
yeah.
minute.
When it does that,
Yeah.
unfortunately, there's nothing much I can do about it. Just Discord has to work itself out. Sorry, friends.
Got it.
Sorry. I wish I could. There's nothing I can do. I hope it's better now.
It's wonderful.
Someone let me know if it's at least a little bit better now. But, so at the moment, we have it sitting pretty at 15. Bardic Inspiration, unfortunately, can't be used as a reaction like that.
But that would be what you would see hypothetically.
You try.
That's what I'm seeing
you
in my
try to
mind's
do
eye.
it. It's just like you still play and you still try to encourage her. That still happens. It just
But the
doesn't
magic's
have
in
the
my heart,
magical
not my
effect of
yeah.
it.
It's not in my hands right now. God.
So
Okay.
with a 15,
You got this. Come on.
The DC is still 15. I'm not punishing you for being short. All three were DC 15. You do succeed on, and you are sure this whole time you're going to fail. And you're just almost resigned to it at a certain point, and when you feel the lock click and shift, there's a second where you don't believe it. You have to look up to see. And as this third one shifts in place, the saw blades all retract into the walls. Where the lock was, where the center one is, splits. And the doors to Vault 17 slide open.
Fucking
Hey.
sweet.
I'm alive!
I'm gonna go Krunch. I'm trying to convince Krunch to pull the rope.
Try it. I want you to try it.
It probably
Go for
won't
it.
be hard. If you want
Go
to try
for
to do
it.
that, go ahead and roll. Are you trying to do it through deception, persuasion, or intimidation, Onyx? How are you trying to convince Krunch in just one sentence to pull Kibbles through the gate?
Let's say persuasion, because I'm more pulling a prank on Kibbles here.
All right, roll it. Roll a persuasion check.
Okay, if it's no symbol, that's a 20, right?
Yes.
Or sorry, that's a no number. That's a 20.
Yeah, that's-
Yep.
Yeah.
If there's no number, it's
That's
a natural
it.
20.
It's a little flower.
So what's the total?
It's okay, 18.
Oh.
You have a negative 2.
You still did your
performance.
best. So in that case, Krunch, could you roll me a charisma saving throw or insight check, whichever is highest? Equally
Straight.
great?
Yeah. Yeah, just see it. So I rolled insight.
Is it a 1 or a
It was
20?
No, it's a nat 20.
So what's the total?
20! I don't have any insight. It's 0.
So the way I see this playing, so Onyx, do you have an idea of how you would try to convince Krunch in just one sentence? What would you say? Because otherwise Kibbles is going to get out of that rope if
Oh, yeah,
it's
okay,
longer
okay.
than 1 sentence.
Hey, Krunch. I want to give Kibbles a hug. Get her over here.
Just go through the portal.
No, man, I need her here right now. You gotta pull as hard as you can.
Just
She's gonna
ask
come
her.
flying into a hug.
No. She's there. Just go through.
And so as this happens, like, Kibbles, you hear this little exchange happening.
Oh, I'll just say I don't hear anything.
Okay.
I am standing in front of the vault, like, you know, the whole, like, glowing gold sort of effect. I haven't moved. I'm standing there, picks in hand, completely oblivious to the world. Rope is still attached, staring into the vault.
Even better. So as we hear this little argument through the portal, we just see little Kibbles there staring into the open now portal door, the dust still falling a little bit from these doors which haven't been open for quite some time. Xandris and Daphne, what are the two of you up to? Are you heading into the vault? Are you staying back on the other side of the portal? What are you doing?
I feel like Daphne would be honestly very shocked. She'd be like, I had to take a moment kind of to get with the program and be like, oh, okay, we're moving. We're going. And then I'll go through, and then I want to go over, which one of us has the portal gun again? Onyx, should we close the portal? Or do you think it doesn't matter at this point since there's also no spinny things? Do you think that those people are going to come back?
I mean, we can close it no matter what, but do you want to walk through it so we don't have to walk down?
Oh, yeah. Maybe we should go through first, then close it.
Well,
Okay.
Krunch won't let me pull Kibbles, so we gotta walk through anyway, so you want to join us?
Yeah, I'll come too. Okay. And then we can close it once we're on the other side.
Tiny, she'll go flying. What?
Flying into my arms.
I just needed a hug. So, as the five of you do eventually approach the now open Vault 17, you see in here there are a number of display methods, from racks on the walls to pedestals to even one wooden case that had glass in it at one point, it looks like, but is now just open to the air. But there are, as of present, only 5 items of interest in the room. One of them is on a large pedestal. Well, large compared to it, since it's just a ring. And it's a ring that has a gold, yellow-colored stone in the center of it. There is also a small statuette of an elephant. Looks like it's made out of marble. In one of the racks on the walls, there is a long staff that glows ever so slightly orange. Hung on a peg in here, there is a cloak. Looks heavy. And there is also a closed box about yay long and about yay wide.
Krunch would like to open the box.
The vault itself is just a small, all things considered, little side cavern that these doors were then built into, it looks like.
Krunch is not left to let go of the rope, by the way. Krunch is going to keep walking because the rope's still in his hand and go towards the box. That looks
Should
like
we
this.
untie Kibbles?
What?
Kibbles is still staring, just so you know. Still standing there staring, even as Krunch walks by, not moving, just staring into the vault.
Good. Kibbles. Kibs.
Huh?
Kibs. Shiny
Yeah?
stuff.
Ooh! Yeah. Yeah. I did it! And I'm just gonna sit down on the ground.
Good work. So, hey, Daff. How does this Kobold of the Month feel about breaking into the vault here of our precious queen?
Ah!
Oh shit, you said that, didn't you? Whoo!
Ah!
Clap back, baby girl.
Well, I didn't see you break into it. It was Kobolds.
No. I mean, yeah, it's fine.
Am I gonna get in trouble?
No.
You're
Okay.
good.
As long as we don't tell anybody. In and out. Let's get what we need to do and get out of here.
That's what many of lovers have said to me.
Oh.
Nice.
Well, this won't be any different. Onward.
At least we'll still call you later.
I walk past Kibbles and I give her a pat on the back, and then I walk into the vault.
As you all have learned in this short little excursion, there seems to be some innate connection of the Dragon Queen, Aramanthal Yavaraxina, and her magical items, and you. So that when you have touched the magic items in her hoard that you found elsewhere, you gained through visions of her past the knowledge of what the particular item is. And you have the ability to immediately attune to it if you too can say the dragon's name. Play at home.
Probably have done my homework.
I've been practicing, but I still am losing it.
And if you can't, well, you'll still get to attune to it. It's just less fun. So, there are these items in here. Who is going to what, or did we open the vault as a exercise?
Fucking hope not.
Yeah.
Holy shit, there's stuff. You know what? And, she's gonna put her hands on her hips. I think it's very important that you, and stretches
Jesus.
her clawed legs out very wide and clawed finger out to Kibbles. Get to choose the first stuff. Since you didn't die.
I
did
second
not
this.
die.
You did die.
Sometimes that's the best you can do, and I think that's typically pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really care for magic items that much. I want to open the box, though. I really want to open that box.
I knew you would.
I want like a little lock, something more comfortable, and my hands are shaking, and I feel like it might be really, really good for me to open that box right now.
Do it.
You want some post-lock clarity. Got it. I understand that.
Kibbles gained 2 luck points.
Oh, nice.
Great RP.
Gonna need them with these rolls.
If you willingly turn down these magic items, you deserve something.
So I'm going to follow the rope, like kind of walking up it to where Krunch is, because he was going to the box anyway. And I'm just going to like kind of climb up the rope, basically stop in front of Krunch, and just step up to the box. And is there a lock on it?
Very small one. You could probably break it if you wanted. But yeah, there's a lock.
I'm going to pick the tiny lock.
Go ahead and make me one more check.
Just like pull out my tiniest little lock picks, my smallest ones that I save for like little jewelry locks, because I love to open people's little lockets and look at the pictures and then close them up quick. So I'm going to... Okay, that dice is shit. I've gone through 4. We're gonna try this one. Come on, Bax, you can do this. Oh yeah, baby! That is 24.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's almost a disappointingly like easy lock. You've done jewelry ones so many times that it's just like there was no challenge in that moment. But it pops off, and this box that is about this long and only about this tall, as the lock comes undone and it's able to be opened, it has 2 very nasty looking arrows in it. The wood of the shaft is this greenish black color, and the arrowhead itself has multiple prongs and is fanged. They are nasty looking arrows.
I can't use those.
I mean, they're really pretty. I can't use them. They're completely useless to me, but...
Hey,
Does anyone want some sick arrows? I just want the box.
I could take those off your hands. I would be happy to do that.
They suit
And then she
you.
just grabs them as fast as she can.
And as you grab them, you get a brief vision into your Dragon Queen's past. And you more get a feeling of hatred when you touch these, a brief flash of them. And you know that these are arrows of dragon slaying.
We're killing the mom.
Well, she's gonna be angry we broke into everything.
And there is also the ring, the elephant, the staff, and the cloak that were things of interest in here.
I sheath the arrows, and then I look around and I go, you guys, what are you gonna choose here? Come on.
Can I look at the ring?
Absolutely.
You just said it like a jeweler, like to a jeweler. I look at that ring.
Can I get that one? Yes, the ring. As you touch this ring, sorry, I was on the wrong page. 1 second. The vision that you get of the Queen's past is one of a feeling of mild amusement. And you know that this is a ring of telekinesis.
Ooh.
Which is a very handy little item.
It's Christmas.
It's like very big and jangly on my finger. So then I'm gonna like reach in and get another ring that's slightly smaller and put it over to try to like...
Well, as you go to put it on, and it is quite large for your hand, but as you put it on, it shrinks down and fits your finger perfectly.
Wow. Maybe she left it here for me.
I think it was meant for you.
Sure, I'll go with that.
Hey, Onyx. I bet it was her gift for this month. You know, because you're
Okay,
Kobold
you guys.
month, every month.
Not every month.
All
Just most
Daphne,
months.
Daphne, your face is like literally in every picture. Down
Not
the hall.
every month. It's just most of the time.
out of 12 months this last year. 10 out of 12. I have been
I
trying
need to step up
so
my game.
hard. I have killed so many rats, and I have not gotten an opportunity to be on that goddamn wall.
I can help
Anyway.
you. I can help you. If you want to, I've got a whole system. I have a spreadsheet. We can track it together and I can help you.
I
Why
don't
do you-
like reading.
You just are you filling out the application? I think that most people just don't become Kobold of the Month because they forget to submit an application. It's
There's
not
an
just like a
application
nomination.
process?
You have
I've
to.
been waiting to be realized and seen and noticed. And
You
there's
have
an application process?
It's
Are you
posted
kidding me?
all over the walls of the great room by the pile. I can help
can't
you.
read.
I'll help. Let's not die. Maybe work on your attitude a bit, and when we get back,
Wow.
we kind of desecrated the pile, but I can still kind
Wow.
of show you the sheets. We can work on your application, and I'm sure after that lock picking, you'll have it.
So who grabs the next
Oh, look
item?
at the cloak.
As you like in a bit of a huff, you walk away and you go and grab this cloak. It looks almost leathery. It doesn't feel it, though. It actually feels very light and well made as a fabric, but it looks leathery.
Who grabbed it? I'm writing this down.
Kibbles did of this one.
Okay.
What was it? The cloak?
The cloak, yeah.
Yeah.
The quick flash of memory you get is of a humanoid, and yet you know that it is your dragon queen. You simply know that it is her. And she is walking down what looks like a human or humanoid town somewhere above ground. And she wears this cloak, and as she does, she steps into shadow, grabs her cloak, and lifts off from the ground. So this item is the Cloak of the Bat. And if you are in dim light or darkness, you're underground. You can have a flying speed of 40 feet as long as you are holding the cloak with both hands.
Okay.
Sent that in the chat for you.
So dangerous.
I think that we should give this one
Right,
to Krunch.
What?
Because if you could fly into combat, like a missile of violence, it would be really, really cool.
Once a day, you
I'm
can
just
also
going-
use it to polymorph yourself into a bat. This is a chaos game, guys. There are so many
Yeah.
magic items that you guys are getting thrown
Yeah.
at you. So, for the ease of the
Yeah.
narrative, I'm just going to let you know what these other items are as each of you gets
Yes!
relevant flashes and memories.
Relevant?
But the magic items are the cool parts. Let's get to the loot. The marble elephant, I sent all of these in the group chat so you all can see them, but for the knowledge of everyone on the stream, the marble elephant, you can use it, you can turn it into an elephant. Once. It can become an elephant. And the staff is the Staff of Fire, which gives you fire resistance, and you can use it to cast things like Burning Hands and Fireball and Wall of Fire.
Would it be horrible of me
Hey,
to
Steph, you could use-
rescind
go-
the gifts that the Dragon Queen gave me to instead have a staff where I could use the power she gave me to do things? Is there anybody else that can use the staff?
I mean, I don't see why you can't have two. I got my box. I am more than happy right now. And you would be pretty
How
cool
about-
with the staff.
How about I give my ring? I give my ring to because not everybody has something yet. Maybe if I can give my ring to somebody, then I could take the staff.
You
Yeah,
really
you want the
want the
ring?
staff. I feel like you can
Sandra?
have the staff.
Do you want this ring? I like get down on one knee and I'm like handing the ring to you.
So what does it do? Wow. I suddenly feel really overwhelmed. But I kind of like it. Okay, so what does it do other than suck onto your claw?
You can talk to people in their mind. Oh wait, no. You can cast something called telekinesis at will. I think you lift things. Wait.
Oh, I can throw shit with
I
my
think you-
brain?
I think you can throw things with your mind.
Sandus, you can throw me?
Is that a yes? Okay, I'm gonna slide the ring on her finger and I'm gonna take the staff instead.
Ah!
This is such a special day.
That was smooth.
Uh-huh. So smooth.
Cool.
Hey, Onyx. What's telekinesis?
I think it's when you call someone on a telephone.
I think
What's
she'll be.
telephone?
I'm just joking, man. I'm joking.
Oh.
Oh,
But wait, what is telekinesis then?
Basically, she can lift things and maybe throw them with her mind.
Could you throw me directly into combat with people?
Yes, I know that there's a weight limit, and I do not think that you exceed it.
Oh my god, yes.
Hey, Zan. Catch. I'm gonna throw a rock. Hey, you.
Yeah, because it's telekinesis at will.
Doesn't she need to attune?
I am sorry about one thing. With this one, it can only target objects. This one
Sad.
specifically.
But it is
Okay, though.
But it is at will.
It is at will.
Okay, cool. So when you... Oh, wait, do I have to attune to it? Do I have to say the name? Okay.
I'll wait.
Aromanthal Avaraxina?
Yeah!
Aromanthal Avaraxina.
We'll work on the confidence later, but you did it. So yes, you are attuned to the ring of telekinesis.
I want to listen to Xandra saying it and like listen before I try. Be like, okay, that's how you say it. Aramanthia leveraxiniana? No? Does it work? I'm like, shake the staff.
All I ask is an attempt. It's just fun. Yes, it absolutely works.
This is a game to you.
Yes, it's a game to me. You're all kobolds.
This is literally a game.
Yeah, that too.
I love it.
That too.
Okay,
Cool.
we should get
Throw it
moving
up.
though.
Hit baby.
We still have to have this elephant. Are we leaving?
Can I have
Well,
a
it's just a
little
marble.
elephant friend?
It's just a marble elephant right now.
But it can become an elephant,
It
maybe.
can, yeah.
But it's really cute, and it would look really cute beside my painting. Can I have the elephant from my room?
Yeah, and then if we're like in a sticky situation, we could like turn it into a real elephant and ride it.
But it might die, and then the statue would break, and then it wouldn't be pretty anymore.
Ooh,
It's okay.
that's a
Need
good point.
be.
Maybe,
if I die,
maybe
Daphne,
we'll-
you can have the elephant.
Okay, and we'll turn it into a real elephant. But until then, we won't. Okay, got it.
Mhm.
Got the elephant. Is there something we're forgetting? Are we supposed to be meeting somewhere? What's that about, like the big mound? What was
So you were trying the Redscales had gotten word that the Bluescales were planning to not only go for some of the vaults, but go for the big pile itself, which is where the Dragon Queen stored the vast majority of her wealth and magical items. And so it's basically you all trying to get there before them or prevent them from getting there. What you do once you're there, that's your choice.
So we should probably get going then.
Question. Is this like a video game where things will wait for us? Or
No!
are you like timing us?
We
I'm
need
not
to
literally
go!
timing you, but I am aware of the time in the world. That is a great question. And I love time. But no, I don't have a ticking time bomb. But if you decide to, like, piss off for, like, 48 hours, then maybe we'll have a problem.
I look around at everybody and I go, okay, everybody got their stuff? Everyone happy with what you have? Everyone switch with the people that you want to switch with. We're all good? Good? Let's go.
Yeah. I have a cape.
Okay.
So, as you all walk across this hallway that previously had been full of spinning death, as you approach the end of the hallway, you can hear the doors of the vault closing behind you. And
We should run.
and as the last of you crosses the threshold of this hall, you hear the systems begin to re-engage, followed by the
Nice.
That was nice of them to let us out.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
and as
I'm
Fun
gonna
to-
triple check that we took away the portal.
portal is gone.
Okay, just making sure.
So, with you all stepping out, you have to decide now where you want to head next. So, there is still the monster wing, which is kind of nearby, but doesn't move you any closer to the big pile. If you wanted to move more that direction in the tunnels that you travel through, there are 3 general rooms you can choose to head to next. The portals room, the lair of the artificiary, the lair of the artificer, or the shrine.
I like the way he said shrine.
What I will say is all of you, this is your home, but going past the gas tunnels, which you would have to do in order to access any of those deeper tunnels in the system, is not something that is done lightly or unnecessarily. So it's very possible that some of you have never been this far. And with that, could all of you roll me history checks?
It's my history.
DC 10 to know about the shrine, DC 15 to know about the artificiary, and DC 20 to know about the portals room.
16.
Is that 8? Okay. You
15.
aren't too concerned with any of what goes on way out there.
I don't know.
Anyone who beat a 10?
Well, I don't know if it's a 6 or a 9.
So there should be a dot on there. If the dot is, and that's where the bottom is.
Okay, so I got an 8.
Like some, or one of mine has like the 6, the underline under it.
I'm used to the underline. I've never seen the dot. Thank you for the information.
Krunch?
I got a 15.
15.
I rolled a 16, but I got a -1. So.
Okay. Xandris, I saw a head shake. Kibbles?
I got 16.
16. Okay. So, Krunch and Kibbles, you are the... Kibbles and Krunch. I missed the serial name opportunity. It was right there in front of me. Kibbles, Krunch. You both know about the shrine and the artificiary, or artificiary. The shrine is a shrine to the dragon god, Tiamat. And it is one that kobolds of particular piousness will brave the gas tunnels in order as a bit of a pilgrimage, or in order to right a wrong, pray for guidance from Tiamat, whatever it may be. Show their faith. The artificiary is a much less pleasant space. In fact, most all of the Redscales and the Bluescales are not big fans of the individual that reside in the artificiary. The alchemist, as he is known, is a dragonborn who, to put it kindly, most say that he has lost his connection to Tiamat. To put it more unkindly, he's batshit, and he is known to engage in experiments that turn even the stomachs of kobolds. So, not normally a big favorite of the kobolds down here, but for one reason or another, the Dragon Queen has long protected him. He worked for her and therefore was under her protection. Things might be different now.
Alright, team. So, down this little fuckhole of a gas tunnel, there's an artificer. There's some weird fuck that lives there. He calls himself the Alchemist. He's some dragonborn that really doesn't fuck with dragon ways. But Boss Lady likes him, so he's still there. But, does weird shit.
Do not eat anything he gives you. I did that once and it was a huge mistake. It was so yucky.
You two,
I threw up for like a month.
You two also know that he is a very skilled creator of potions and explosives.
But he makes boom boom, so...
go get
Pretty
my
much.
rat poison, so I know him okay well.
Onyx?
Question.
Yeah.
Is the shrine a place like in video games where you can level yourself up more to if you pray to somebody magic wise or something?
So in game, visiting the shrine of Tiamat might well fill your character with confidence and inspiration if that's something that's important to them. Mechanically, leveling up? No, not in the one shot, unfortunately. It might have other benefits, but leveling up in the strictest sense, that I will let you know won't happen. But power-ups? No way to know unless you go. Write that down, that sounded good.
That's nice, put it on shorts.
Probably
You
is.
should hear that. You should know this too. Here you go. Be sure.
So, where do you guys want to go? I'm okay with following. I don't want to lead. I don't like the gas tunnels. It's stinky.
As long as you stay close to the ground, you'll be fine. Just get underneath it and just kind of crawl through it. Be all right.
Always close to the ground, and it's still gross.
All right, fair. Where do you guys want to go?
I sort of feel like we should be making our way to the main hoard of treasure. But I could understand if we want to, take a path there that stops somewhere else if someone really wants to. But
I think we have a
But I
choice.
have
Daphne.
this nagging sense that if we wander too much, that
For what it's worth, you have to pass through at least one of the caverns in order to move through the tunnels towards the big pile. The question is which one you all want to go to.
Okay, so I'm just throwing this out there. I know we don't want to eat anything that this guy has, but he does have some things we could fight with. And for survival purposes, I'm all about survival. We kind of need that for our fight with the blue kobolds. Some of them are pretty big.
They are pretty big, and they kick really, really hard.
You okay? You okay? Okay. I pat her on the back.
This is a wild idea, but in theory, we could kind of go to both and pick up the bombs and the poison and whatever he's selling. He's always selling something. And then go to the shrine afterwards to clear the air and feel better, because trust me, it doesn't feel good in there. It doesn't feel good in there. Or we can just go straight through like Daphne wants to do.
Zandris, you haven't spoken. And neither of you, Krunch. What are your thoughts?
Honestly, I'm really hungry. A lot of thinking's really not my. Thinking is really not Crunch's strong suit, so it takes a lot, and I get really, really hungry. So I kind of want to go to the alchemist. He's a weird fuck, but he's got good shit. But I'm also down for the whole splitting up thing to go and see that. We could do a little shopping and then go do a little praying. There you go. It's like a normal Sunday day. There you go. And that means we get more magical stuff. Ah, there we go. How about you, Zanzan?
I'm just kind of in the field of, I will stand by you as you make all of the decisions and I make none of them.
So valid.
I think that since none of us have a super strong feeling, let's just start walking and see what finds us.
Can we just totally go off our entire plan and go to the portal room instead? I've never been there. I've heard it's really, really cool, and I've always wanted to go there, and since I'm gonna die, let's be honest here, we should go to the portal room.
The portal room's on the way to the main horde? Okay!
So think of the tunnels kind of like levels. And so you are here, and the portals room, the shrine, and the artificiary are all on the same level. So you can go through them from one to another. There are tunnels that connect them all. So you can get to any of them you want to, and then towards the big pile.
I like the idea of the portal room. I also feel like maybe centering ourselves and asking for guidance from the shrine might really help us make sure that we are gathering these magical items for the right reasons and not for, selfish personal goals or whatever. So, I think
we should stick together no matter what.
Okay.
But
so maybe,
I'm all for portals.
Okay, maybe portals, shrine.
Yeah, no, I'm incredibly reliant on others. So if we could just stir as a team, that would be great.
Love it. Let's go.
So which are we
Daphne's
heading?
gonna start walking in the wrong direction.
Yeah, this way.
Oh, okay, I got it. I'm ready.
And I just...
She get 10 months out of the year. How?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just see Daphne with kind of like that high need walk, the very excited, purposeful walk as she was walking the wrong way and then back the other.
Yeah, no, it's around. Go the right way.
So, you have to pass through the gas tunnels either way. So if you want to wait to make the decision on exactly which room you're heading towards until you pass through them, you can. But, do you all know right now which room you want to head towards, or do you want to make that decision later?
I feel like some people have more opinions than me, and I will follow lead with Zandras, and I stand next to Zandras, and then I hip check her.
Always fair.
Wow.
I guess let's decide after we go through the gas tunnels.
You all start just heading the general direction of the big pile, knowing that you can still make your way through the labyrinthine tunnels connecting one way and then the other to get to the portal's room or the lair of the alchemist or the shrine to Tiamat. But first you have to pass through this labyrinth of passageways that it is, as I said, very unlikely many of you have ever passed through here. Very few kobolds do unless they have to or are truly compelled to. It is especially, and if they do have to travel, they usually travel in groups. It's not somewhere that people are known to linger. With one exception, and that is a Redscale, known as the Stalker. The stories go that some time, so long ago, weeks, maybe months, he left the tribe and was traveling to the shrine of Tiamat, but never left the tunnels, and stayed in its fumes, and it changed him. And he lingers here now. And as you all start to step through these passageways into these tunnels, the first two things you notice, one is a smell and one is light. There are small collections of crystals and fungi that glow softly in patches throughout here. With the aid of that subtle light, you can also see as the air in here shimmers slightly. Not in terms of color, but like when you see propane rising. Just that little bit of distortion. And then you get the smell that is acrid yet sweet. And do you all start to push in?
I'm going to hold on to the rope that is still connected to me, and I'm assuming Krunch still has it, and I'm going to just keep walking in, I guess. I'm just going to take a lead position and start walking.
With Kibbles in the lead, Krunch.
Backing her up, keep everybody safe. You know, it's fun. Something smells weird in here.
Sorry, that was me.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. We're here to plunder this again.
Are you okay, Zan?
No. I don't think so. But I think it's fine.
Do you want to hold my hand?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll hold my hand out to her. We're in the lead, by the way, but it's okay. I'll keep you safe.
Oh, shit. Hello,
Fine.
darkness, my old friend.
And with Xandris unexpectedly finding themselves in the lead with Kibbles and Krunch backing them up and the remaining two not far behind, walking into these narrow, slightly glowing tunnels. Let's take a quick break, just 5 minutes or so people can refresh their drinks and do all that. Don't go anywhere, friends. We'll be back as our Chaos Kobold crew makes their way into the gas tunnels. See you soon. And we are back. So, with the crew heading deeper into the gas tunnels, with this sweet yet acrid gas hanging in the air, so thick that the bioluminescent mushrooms from a distance look as if they shiver and dance. Could you all please make me Constitution saving throws?
Oh, yay. My highest stat.
So this is the saving throw section, not your checks. So it's the one right under your stats.
Okay.
All right. Xandris.
19.
Kibbles. I didn't hear
Sorry.
you, but I think you said
12.
12.
Yeah.
Onyx.
I don't know where my saving
No
throw is.
problem.
I'm trying to find
So
that.
if you're looking at D&D Beyond, you have here the...
Oh, okay, I see. Saving throw modifiers.
Yeah, there you go. And con
Okay.
is Constitution. So you have a +1.
Oh, okay. Okay, so 9.
9. Okay. Daphne.
14.
Crunch.
Breathe it in, breathe it out, 23.
Cool.
Okay. All right. You all... This is, like I said, a bit of a labyrinth. So it's going to take at least an hour to pass through these tunnels. Is there anything any of you is wanting to do during that time?
I'd like to keep an eye out for that person or that kobold that got kind of trapped in here. I want to carefully check, like every time we're passing by a path that they could have taken, I want to look just so I can see if I can.
Absolutely.
Find
So,
them.
as you step in here, you find yourself like a little twitchy about looking down the paths, just growing a little, I don't know if paranoid is the right word, or on edge, as you just kind of frantically check your corners. What about the rest of you?
Onyx is going to always be on the lookout for nature or things that could kill us, like the fungus and stuff like that. I don't know if that's a perception or insight or anything, but I'm literally going to be walking through and trying to watch out and note every single thing that could capacitate us.
Okay. So, Daphne, could you make me a perception check? Onyx, could you make me a nature check? And we will come back around to your results. What are the rest of you up to?
Krunch is going to try and help guide the group through the perilous gas tunnels to try and find our way through. Because Krunch is good at that.
Okay. So then, could you make a survival check for me? Xandris, Kibbles?
What? I don't know, I can't tell. Kibbles is gonna stay holding on to Xandris' hand and like ever so often just give it like a little squeeze and kind of do like the whole like shy look up, just like look down the entire time. She's just gonna, her hands are super, super hot, super sweaty, but she doesn't let go. She's still gonna be like holding on to your hand the whole time with one hand in your hand and one hand on the rope and just gonna stay walking.
So Xandris' response to you squeezing and having hotter than usual hands, so she's going to prop her drum under her other arm, and she tightens the drum head slightly, and she goes, dun, dun, dun. Smoke in the dungeon, fire in your hands. Dun, 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 dun. That's it.
One luck point. I gotta reward it at least once, but only once.
It's not good.
Unless you work in Coheed.
Original
and Cambria.
does not
If you
mean
manage
good.
to work in Coheed lyrics, I'll give you another luck point. All right.
I'm trying.
I'm telling you ahead of time. All right. So we had a perception check with Daphne. What'd you get?
I got an 11.
11. All right. You're keeping an eye out. We'll get back to that. Onyx, what was your nature check?
I got an 18, but I have a +2, so I got a 20.
Unnatural 20. You inspect as you all are keeping a move on, you're not stopping to look at the things. You're inspecting them in passing, trying to get a little idea of what these plants are. They seem harmless, luckily. The thing that is definitely of most concern to you is the gas that you all have been inhaling since you've stepped in here. But the plant life and a few insects that you find in here seem harmless, if not, a little large compared to kobolds. And Krunch, what did you end up getting?
A 19.
19. It is quite twisty and turny, but with a 19, I would think that you have been through these tunnels once before. And as a result, you know two things. You know the general direction, you know what to look for. You also know what to expect in your mind. Though it was a little blocked out until you caught the whiff of the smell of this gas again. And you remember when you first experienced it. And it's at about that time that Daphne, you see a shadow cast by somewhere from some of the glowing crystals or fungi. And you also hear, you can't hear too much with the perception check you got, but you hear from above you a skittering sound. And as you glance back down at this shadow, it stretches long in front of you. It writhes somewhere in the liminal space between shape and the space between indistinguishable matter and humanoid in how it stretches. At one point it looks like tentacles, and at another it looks like ink. What do you do?
So I think I'm walking next to Onyx. So I'm just going to look over and say, Onyx, look up.
What?
Look up.
What?
Look up.
What the fuck is that?
Do you remember that kobold thing that got lost here?
Oh, you think it's him? What do we do?
Onyx,
should we tell them?
As you are instructed to look up, you look around, you don't see anything other than, the tunnel ceiling above you, which has these, in places, relatively large fissures. And as you look back down, you also see a large, stretching monstrosity of a shadow that occasionally flickers from above and then disappears when there's no light any longer to cast it.
So she's the only one seeing this.
You and Daphne both see this.
Oh, I see it now too. Okay, good. I wanted to be there with her.
Yeah, you also see this.
I'm going to fish out from my pocket a piece of copper wire, and I'm going to kind of hold the copper wire, and I'm going to whisper and say, Sandris, slow down, there's something above us. Look up. And I'm going to use my message spell to say it directly to her, because I'm kind of worried that the creature is going to hear me.
100%.
So I'm using my little copper wire and the message cantrip.
So as you get this message, Xandris, you have a passive perception of 14, and you notice skittering above your head, and you also notice a shadow. But the shadow that you notice just looks like a small flicker of a shadow. And what you see overhead with a 14 clambering very quickly into and then out of sight in a fissure above you, about 6 or 7 feet above you. What looks like a shape of a kobold, something that size, skittering above. And as you notice this, you all hear a voice. Xandris and Krunch, you hear, "And who comes into my tunnels, and why?" While Daphne, Onyx, and Kibbles, the three of you hear, "And who comes into my tunnels, and why?"
Xandris, you heard that, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Hey, why don't you come down? Wherever you are, just talk to us face to face.
Why are you calling it down? It's fucking massive.
What are you talking about? No, it's not. Normal.
It's terrifying. You heard that, right, Daphne?
Oh,
Can we go back now? I'm good with going back now.
we're fine.
Echoing through the chamber. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 heads of the Dragon Queen.
I'm gonna tap my head and, using my Eldritch Invocation, cast Mage Armor on myself at will.
What brings you to my tunnels? To my tunnels.
No, we're just trying to pass through so we can find out what happened to the queen.
Xandris.
Oh my god, we are looking for any indication as to why the queen left. We know for sure she is coming back, and we want to be here for whatever she needs. Thank you.
I have a question for you, Xandris.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to need you to make a check for this. It's either going to be persuasion or deception, but I don't know which. It is dependent upon what you, Xandris, think. Are you actually here to find out what happened to the queen? Or are you here for other purposes? You don't even need to really tell me which, but roll one of them.
Ethan, quick question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, is this guy used to be a red scale or a blue scale?
Red scale.
He was a red scale.
Yes.
17.
17? Then you be faithful minions. Faithful minions the Dragon Queen needs. Learn her fate and aid her if there is need. Daphne, Onyx, and Kibbles, this voice reverberates and sounds like it originates from every direction around you. You cannot pinpoint a source of this sound. It feels like it is everywhere around you, and yet also exclusively in your mind at the same time.
I'm going to be honest with the voice, and I'm just going to go, the blue kobolds are after the pile. We have to get there to protect it. The Dragon Queen would want us to.
Make me a persuasion check, because that is true. And I'll give you advantage because of Xandris's high check on the previous one.
God, it's a 7. I have a -2
But
in persuasion.
advantage means you get to
You
roll
roll
the
it
d20
again.
twice and take the highest result.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try again.
Yeah,
It's funny, those are the skills I'm best at. I should have
that's
said
always the way.
Should have
that
said
was
something.
worse. That was
Got
worse.
nervous.
Always the way.
Got nervous.
We're still at a 7.
You got the same roll twice?
No, the second one was worse.
Oh, dear.
It was a 4.
No.
Oh.
There is a skittering sound and some small pebbles fall from a nearby fissure, but not directly overhead, actually about 30 feet behind you. And you hear the sound of claws on the stone from overhead get quieter, and the shadow that the three of you saw lingering disappears.
Is he gone?
I didn't think he believed me. It's true. I mean,
But is he gone? Like, can we keep going before he comes back?
What if we just walk? If we hear him, maybe talk again? If not, fixed!
Okay. I don't want to lead anymore. Krunch, do you want to lead?
Oh, yeah. Krunch doesn't mind. Krunch likes it here. Quiet. Smells good. Yeah. I come down here to trade sometimes. It's fun.
Why?
Why?
Why would you choose to come here?
Because it smells nice.
Well, maybe compared to you.
You kill rats all the time. You
I-
literally no, Kibbs. You literally smell like a walking graveyard. Don't come for me.
I have no idea what you mean. I am super clean, and I'm just gonna I'm beautiful. Anyway, can we get the fuck out of here?
A rat tail literally fell out of your cloak.
Oh shit,
What-
that's where that went.
So I have a quick
It's a whole rat.
I have a quick question as you all start to push ahead further into the tunnels. Keeping in mind the experience that you all just had, this is roughly, in terms of distance, the halfway point between the Redscales lair and the big pile. So I want to go around as the camera shifts from one and then to the next of you. How are you looking right now? And if you feel inclined, how are you feeling about all of this right now? Is there anyone who would like to lead us off on that? Krunch.
Krunch is feeling super high, super great. He feels really bolstered about, leading the group with his homies and just doing a good job, but also still hungry, but having a good time. Yeah. And also trying to get the courage up to ask Daphne a question, or at least talk to her, because I'm a nervous wreck, but it's okay.
Which we can all identify with. Anyone next?
I can go next. I think that think that Daphne, as the camera kind of pans over to look at her, while she may look the same, there's definitely some nervous energy, especially after the confrontation that just happened. I think more than anything, she does want to still be serving the Dragon Queen, even if we're gathering these magical items. I think I still very much see it as she's gifting us these powers, just like how she gives me my magic to defend her. We're on the noble path. And so Onyx kind of not sounding super confident about their mission, and there's moments where I think Daphne's feeling a little bit wavering in her faith, but still steadfast in her desire to defend her queen.
Wonderful. Xandris, Onyx, Kibbles.
Kibbles looks terrified. She is smaller than she normally is. She's perpetually shaking, and she's still gripping with a death grip now on Xandris's pinky at this point, and not letting go. And if a kobold could pale, she's about as pale as you possibly could get. She does not look happy at all. She's got the rope in one hand, but she's got white knuckle gripped, and then Xandris's pinky in the other, and she's just looking straight forward at Krunch's back and not looking anywhere else, and almost humming to herself in a very gentle tune to try to get rid of any voice. Just not good. Not doing good.
I love that the rope is still attached. Xandris?
So Xandris is, just happy to be on an adventure where she can lift other people up through the magic of song. So, if you will, when the camera shifts over to Xandris, it pans out slightly and you see the underground landscape and the friends, and then it circles into her brain where she goes, we are the kobolds, yeah, things are fine. Very one-track mind in the body of Xandris, so just always thinking about the next move, baby.
Onyx.
Well, Onyx is surveying the area, surveying everyone, looking from person to person, making notes. Krunch is hungry. We gotta deal with that. Kibbles has a rope around her, okay, but we gotta just let that go. She's looking pretty happy over there with Xandris. But you know what? You guys, we gotta get going. And then she just starts walking down the hallway.
You start picking up the pace a little bit, approaching the front and catching up with those leading. And Daphne, Onyx, and Kibbles, you see it first as that shadow that defies putting into words in the way that it writhes and stretches and dissolves and materializes, starts to approach you from the way that you are now heading. And you hear, all of you hear, but the three of you hear in that voice, pray for forgiveness. It is not too late to let go of your greed. Leave behind what you have taken.
Going to pull out the elephant instantly. The only thing I've really feel like I've taken. And I'm going to use it and summon the elephant right in front of me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pull it out and in a panic just kind of release the elephant.
I feel like
Before you do this, I just want to give you one piece of information, and then that you would know ahead of time, and then tell me if you still want to go ahead. If so, I friggin' love it. These aren't large tunnels. The ceiling overhead is about 6 feet.
Oh, I'm well aware.
Okay. As long as you know. I need informed consent for that. So you, in response, like, set down the marble elephant and just make a gesture at it, and it just in a second shifts from the thing that takes the longest is the coloration to go from looking like marble to more like elephant skin. But it just as it is just jammed into here and
Daphne,
Yes?
how do I get rid of it now?
Well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think about that. While we're thinking about it, hold on. A floating voice. I think that you're one to talk is saying that we need to ask for forgiveness when you're the one here, not even serving the queen. I think that you don't have any idea who you're talking to. Step aside. We're on a mission. We have a plan.
Do we?
Well, okay, the elephant part we don't have a plan for, but we're workshopping it. We're workshopping it.
its ear just flopping.
I'm trying to put my hand up on the elephant, like, okay.
What if we shatter that? What if we shatter the thing? What if we shatter the thing?
You all hear in the respective voice that you hear this in. You carry trinkets and items that do not belong to you.
We
You
also
have broken faith with the Dragon Queen. It is not too late to pray for forgiveness.
Daffy's gonna pause for a second, and she's gonna try to like close her eyes and think like, have I broken faith? Am I still here? And try to summon a little like Eldritch Blast in her hand. Not to send it anywhere, just kind of summon it. Can I do it?
Roll me a percentile die.
Okay.
So a D100.
I don't even know if I have. Oh, here's one.
It's the 2 D10s put together.
Oh, it's both of them?
Yeah. So usually most sets come with the one that have like 10, 20, 30, and then 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So that's how you make 100. Oh, and I just rolled 100.
Okay, I rolled the 0, which is a 10.
Yep.
And then
Well, 0
60.
0 is a 10, so you get 60. Okay.
So 70 total.
70? No, they don't add together. So that makes it a 0 at the end. So it's a 6 for the 10s and a 0, so it's a 60. Because otherwise you could get 110 as a total value. So like if you roll a 6 on or a 60 and you roll the 0, that's the 0. Otherwise you could never get a 60 or a 70 or anything like that. But either way, it's the same result.
I was like,
it takes you a unnoticeable fraction of a second longer. No one else would pick up on it. But you definitely do.
but I still can't.
You still can.
Then my intentions are true.
Ethan, can I kind of like tap the elephant and try to make it go small again?
Just tell me what.
I'm just gonna-
Yes, you can. But first, just tell me what you do.
All right, Kobolds is just gonna kind of like go from one side of the elephant and just like pat on his leg, because apparently that's about as far as she can reach. And she's gonna like tap, tap, tap till she gets to the tail, and she's gonna pull the tail, and then it's just gonna shrink
With
back
just
down.
a quick blast through its trunk. As the pitch just gets higher and higher until it has this soft little sound and then reverts back into the 4-inch marble statue.
Okay.
You know, wait, just had a thought, guys. Hold up.
Oh.
Voice, hold on for a second. Maybe this is a sign that we should go through the shrine of Tiamat first. then the portal room.
I mean, that does make sense. Mr. Freaky Terrible Voice Guy, do you want the elephant? I mean, I thought it was a gift for me because I feel like I've earned it, but if you feel like I shouldn't have it, you can have the elephant if it means we can keep going. We're just trying to help the queen, and it's really, really scary down here, and I just want to get out, and I don't want to cause any problems anymore, and I don't
think
really
your
like the
intentions are
elephant.
true.
We're
on a holy mission.
Do you want the elephant?
There's no response.
I talk to the voice and I go, we didn't steal anything. I told you, we're here to help. We only took what the queen gave us to help her with this mission.
There's no response.
Daphne's just kind of like honestly gonna relax in relief hearing this from Onyx. Gonna be like, oh.
Krunch is still trying to figure out why you guys are so scared of the voice. It's just a normal voice.
Can Xandris at this point, since speaking with is slowly going towards the direction we were moving originally?
I'll follow.
And since our intentions are true, we are going to progress forward on our gracious mission to the queen. This way, we are going to protect the shit from the other pieces of shit. Okay?
The blue fucks! Yeah.
Yep.
There's no response.
Okay.
Keep going.
I'm gonna shimmy.
Yeah, I'm gonna start walking, but be on edge and look around constantly to see if there's something around us.
As you all progress through the tunnels, you hear the skittering a handful more times, sometimes in front of you and sometimes behind you. But it does not engage with you any further. So as you are approaching the end of this labyrinth of tunnels, where would you like to go? The Artificiary, the Portals Room, or the Shrine of Tiamat?
Daphne kind of promised that we were going to this shrine to this guy, and I feel like he's gonna come back.
Well,
If we
no,
don't.
I feel this feels like a sign that we should go to the shrine. We could still always go to the shrine and then the portal room, because I know Kobolds really wants to go to the portal room, and I do think that that's important too. But like maybe just touching base, checking out the shrine. I mean, it's kind of creepy, this voice. It's like loud and echoey. Don't you think it could be like a sign from the queen?
No.
I think it's a crazy dude.
I think the voice is not our friend. I don't trust him.
We've got to make a decision though, because I think he's gonna pop back up if we just stand here.
I think we should go to the shrine, because otherwise the voice is gonna stab us or some shit. And Daphne made a promise, and
Let's just pop in and out.
Yeah. Offer our thanks.
We pop into the shrine.
Just make an appearance at the shrine, shake some
We're
hands.
just gonna make an appearance, make sure we're seen
Take some
better.
selfies, and then go get dinner after.
Yeah.
Crunch.
Influencer stuff. I'm gonna leave while that whole conversation is happening. Krunch is gonna leave me over to Zan. Zan, why are they talking about the voice being creepy?
I think it's a security system. An automated response, if you will.
I mean, it never came on when I was down here.
A smooth operator. Smooth.
I like that. Sing that again. I like that. Krunch likes that.
Little tail whip. Yeah.
Daphne?
Yeah.
No, I just go in.
Oh, okay. Were there any other hands that I missed of people wanting to do things before heading to the shrine? All right. You start, shifting your path now that you have a decision with this presence behind you. And as you start to shift moving towards the shrine, the sounds of being followed grow less frequent until they stop entirely. And you eventually leave behind the acrid gas and continue to follow the tunnels, and it eventually opens into a large oval chamber. The first thing that catches your eye as you walk in is dead center in the middle of the room, suspended, actually. So in the middle of the room is a giant, by which I mean 7-ish feet across, red dragon scale. It is suspended above an altar, and there are concentric semicircles of stone benches around this altar. Your focus then leads up from the hanging enormous dragon scale with its glossy and yet slightly damaged through an ancient life scale. Your vision goes further up and you look at the ceiling. And the ceiling is covered with elaborate mosaics depicting a world, above ground world, that is ravaged by chromatic dragons, red, black, green, white, blue dragons. And as you all look up there, Xandris, being the person with the highest passive perception in the group, actually I think the only person, not the only person with a passive perception above 10, but one of two. You, as you're looking at the mosaic, you notice among the armies of Tiamat depicted in this mosaic across the ceiling, they could only take up a few tiles with how small they are, but the shape of small lizard dragon-like creatures amongst the armies of Tiamats fills your chest with pride in your people as you see kobolds amongst the great chromatic goddesses' armies. There are also runes on the walls in Draconic, praising the might of Tiamat, prayers and quotes, attributions to Tiamat, things like that.
Xandris, what do you see?
Holy shit! And is gonna drop to her knees and put her arms out. We are great! And we stand with Tiamat. We stand. Yep.
The scale, by the way, exudes a noticeable magical aura. A distortion of red in the air, just an half-inch or so enveloping the large dragon scale. Onyx?
How far off the ground is the dragon scale again?
The bottom of it is probably about 5 feet off the ground, about 2 feet above the altar. So there's a bit of a raised dais.
So if we wanted to try and touch it, we probably could.
Oh, yeah.
Onyx starts to look at the scale and goes, Daphne, do you see magic coming off of that thing? Looks intense.
Do I see magic coming off of it?
You can make me an Arcana check to see if you can tell more about it, but even without the check,
I got a natural 20 plus 0.
Fantastic. Even without
Plus 0.
Oh no.
The 20,
Okay.
or even before the 20, you're pretty sure that there's magic. But
Okay.
with a 20, dragons are incredibly magical creatures. They are frequently attuned to the sources of the arcane. And especially if a dragon were to have grown large enough to have a scale this wide, this size, ancient, to the point that the entanglement with the arcane could feasibly also entangle with their physical aspects, that they themselves are magical. And with a natural 20, you have no doubt in your mind, and as a player this seems obvious to us, but you have no doubt in your mind that you could not burn that if, no matter what you threw at it.
But I get the sense that I could touch it.
You don't see any reason you couldn't.
Kibbles is going to, for the first time since the rope was tied, she's going to untie the rope.
Okay.
I'll take
And
back my rope.
almost as if in like not really control of her own body, she's going to just be staring directly forward, the elephant still in her hand. And she's just going to keep walking, like straight through the room, past everyone, not really looking at anyone, just staring directly at the scale. And when she gets to the altar, she's just going to climb up on the altar. And she's just going to keep walking until she's right underneath the scale. And she's just going to stand there looking up at the scale.
You pad forward and you step up on the dais and approach this scale, twice as large as you in one direction. You stare up at it in wonder. Just alone in that moment for a second as it ever so slowly rotates, and the little bit of light still coming in from the gas tunnels and from still occasional speckles of fungi just glints off of this shiny surface as you stare at it. And I saw a hand from Onyx.
I was just going to say, while she was walking, I was literally just going to look around to the whole room and just look in a circle up and down. And I would go, you guys, how did they get this thing in here?
It's a fair question.
And then she's going to start touching it.
Fair question.
Did you say you go up and touch it? As you do, it is interesting because it's, as you touch it, it is exceedingly hot and in no way painful. But you still have the sensory knowledge that it is scalding hot, and yet it does not hurt. It's like it's just infused with heat itself.
I think if Kibble sees Onyx actually touch it, now that she's underneath and just staring directly at it, and I'm assuming you're like coming from the side, she'll just kind of look over and then follow suit. Just place her hand directly on it while still clutching the elephant.
As all of you are in here, you can't help but feel like you are under the gaze of someone. It doesn't feel like when you were being stalked, but it feels like there are eyes on you, maybe even several sets, but you can't pinpoint a location. It's just a feeling that you have in here.
I wasn't going to touch it first. I was totally going to let Kibbles do that. But if we're going that way, I'm totally cool with rolling with it. I'm sorry.
I thought you said you touched it.
No, Kibbles touched it. I was like,
yeah.
Well, then Kibbles is the one who experiences that.
Oh, yeah, she experienced it.
But all of you can't help but feel a little humbled in the presence of such a thing. What's anyone doing? Krunch?
Krunch would like to take Baby out. Baby is Crunch's axe, by the way, in incantate, baby. Put it down on the ground. Get down on the ground with it. And kind of praise Tiamat for Krunch's strength, rugged good looks, and ability to be strong and fight as hard as Krunch does.
And you sit and you utter a prayer to the chromatic queen herself. You still feel that gaze. Anyone else? Daphne?
You are muted, love.
Good catch.
So she's first going to think it, and then she's going to take a second and kind of remembering how she used the Dragon's Queen name to attune to the staff, wants to kind of take out the staff, like kind of rethink about the Dragon Queen and Tiamat and be like, yes, I think I'm using this for your mission, and just kind of like think and like say thank you and try to like affirm kind of where what she's doing. Like, okay, this is the course.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm gonna look over at Zandras and I'm gonna go, Zandras, do you know any tunes for this moment? I feel like this is the moment we should be singing praise.
She's my lady of the ceiling. Sun, cave light on the scale. And he's like she's on like the ground, like getting it.
A relatively obscure stick song. I did not see that one coming. You've already gotten your luck points for your songs. Can't do it every time.
Oh, come on. Can't I stack them and give them out as
the
I
offer
please?
for Coheed.
Give me the power. Okay, I'll work it in. I'll work it in. I'll work it in.
Still got time.
I'll work it in.
So you all are taking a second here in the Shrine of Tiamat in this quieter space. Is there anything else anyone is wanting to do?
I think after Kibbles has felt the warmth, and she's gonna like pull her hand away after kind of an extended amount of time having it on there, almost feeling comfortable in the warmth. She's gonna look down at her hand and see if anything has changed at all. Is there like any burning, any scarring, any marks?
No. But you did notice as your hand was in contact with the scale that, like I said, you had that feeling of intense heat without any of the pain. And the shimmering of the red seemed to almost pulse originating from your hand as you touched it, instead of just from somewhere. It seemed to originate then from you, or at least from your hand.
When I pull my hand away, is there still a little bit of a pulse at all?
Nope.
No. Okay. I think after that, she's going to set the tiny little elephant right underneath the scale, and she's gonna back up off the pedestal and just kind of sit down on one of the pews around there and just give a silent prayer to Tiamat as she's going.
You gain 2 luck points.
Ooh. Sexy.
I thought you were gonna make it an elephant. I was so worried.
I don't think you can. I think it's
I
only
can't
once
for another
a
week.
As you return, as you place this elephant as an offering of sorts down in front of, or on the altar, you look back down at your hand, and then for a brief second, you see this kaleidoscope of chromatic colors just go over your hand for a second, and then it's gone. And that's when you gain 2 luck points.
Feeling better, Kibbles?
Are you guys feeling all right? Because, I think we should probably keep going. But you should really touch the scale. It's really, really nice, and it's warm, and it kind of makes things feel okay again.
Hot-blooded, check it and see. I got a scale that I'm touching for me.
Love it here. Krunch loves
I'll
it here.
touch the scale, too.
Onyx is gonna follow suit, just go and touch the scale, but at the same time she's gonna grab out one of the dragon arrows she has and follow suit with Kibbles and place it on the altar. But I'm just gonna back up and then tip my hat, sort of situation.
As you set it down, there is a brief chromatic shiver on you, and you gain 1 luck point.
Krunch is just going to get up and go put his hands on the scale and baby at the same time. May my weapon be blessed.
Where you touch, as did with Kibbles' hand, the ripples of energy seem to kind of originate from the location where you're touching.
Yeah. Feels nice. Feels good. Take his hands off.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll touch it.
Okay. All of you who do experience that same
thing.
Yeah, the inexplicable heat that doesn't burn. But unless you do something else, just touching it doesn't give you any chromatic shimmers or anything like that. So my question for you all as you do this, 2 of you leaving an offering, something behind that was taken, and you step away, still in the doorway of this shrine with the slowly revolving scale. Where do you head? Because from where you are, you can now... There is, and you all know this, there is a river of lava that separates where you all are and where the big pile is. It was one of the things that first attracted Aramanthalia Varaxina to this area and made it a good locale for her horde. Nothing like built-in traps and protection in a moat of lava. So, from where you are, there is a path that leads from the shrine and heads that direction. Alternatively, you could go to any of the other rooms that you haven't gone to yet.
Okay, you guys. Where to next? Are we heading to the portals? Or should we meander other places? Thoughts?
I think we could still use as much help as possible. I hate to say it, but we should probably go visit the alchemist. He might be able to help us out with explosions, maybe an easy way to cross the lava. Because I don't know if you know this, there is a river of lava. And I have no idea how we're going to get past that. So maybe either the portals might help us, or the alchemist.
You know, I can also... I can't do it very often, but I can step really far distances.
We also
Just
have
like-
the portal staff.
Yeah.
That we can, if I can see the where it is, we can portal our way across. But alchemist is always a good idea. You know me, I like things in general to like fight with. Weapons. This is all great to me. Keep talking.
I get by with a little help from random guys. Yeah.
I'm here to go see the weird fuck.
Okay.
Krunch is ready.
Okay.
So,
Krunch
Alright.
is leading the way. Let's do it.
where?
Weird fuck.
To the
The alchemist, right?
to the alchemist?
Yeah.
Yup.
Okay.
You haven't done a voice in a while, so let's go.
That's one way to definitely look at it.
Well,
Now, for what it's worth, just giving you this information, geographically, in order to go to the alchemist, you have to move essentially past the portal room. I'm just giving you that information. If you want to circumvent it and just go straight to the alchemist, you totally can. I'm just giving you that information.
So we could just, pop into the portal room and check it out. It's just right there.
Why don't you peek? And if it seems intriguing enough that we all go in, we'll all go in.
Okay.
Just stick your head in.
Okay.
You had
As
some
we
interest
walk-
in it.
As we walk by, I'm going to try to stealth and make myself as small as possible and kind of sneak into the portal room, kind of
So where it
pop
would,
my head into it.
where it would branch off into the portal room in order to get to the alchemist's lair, you just go off a little bit on your own. Make me a stealth check.
Let me get my skills for you.
Stealth check.
Okay. I thought I wasn't proficient in stealth, and I'm like, what the fuck, rogue
I
isn't
would be
proficient in
very
stealth?
surprised.
Okay. That's a 23.
Wonderful. You creep along, and you hear a thrumming sound. And the chamber that you're approaching comes into view. From outside, before going in, you can't see everything, but here's what you can see. The walls that you can see have been artificially carved into numerous angles. You can see energies permeating the air inside this chamber. From here, without going in, that's all you can really make out.
Okay. Daphne.
You're muted again, love.
Yes. No, I'm here. Yes?
Okay. So, it is like pure magic and geographic shapes in there. I feel like it is like where you belong. Do you want to come in there with me? I'll protect you, I promise. I have a knife. It's just...
Okay. So, guys, I think we're gonna poke in to the portal room.
Okay.
I'll peek in.
I'm just gonna reach out and grab your hand, Daphne, and I'm just gonna slowly lead you into the room.
I'll peek in.
As Kibbles said, there is energy permeating the air in here. The tiny, or the air that you can feel is, causing your clothes to blow, and it carries a strange scent on the air, almost like ozone. But as you step further in, holding each other's hands, Daphne, you notice in the floor there are two huge concentric stone rings embedded in the floor. Together they form a gigantic dial 10 feet across. And there are numerous arcane sigils that have been inscribed into both rings. Could you really quick please make me an Arcana check? Kibbles, if you would like to assist in this, you can. Either by giving
I
advantage
will.
or rolling yourself.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage, Daphne, so you can roll 2.
Okay. Okay, so my first was a 16, my second is a 5, so I'm gonna take 16.
Let's go with 16 then. You take a second standing under these arcane winds that, if you had hair, would cause it to flutter ever so cinematically. But you're a kobold and you don't. But what you are able to identify is that this, this is called the portal room, and now you understand why. This dial can be moved in order to create different portals. You locate on the inner the inner stone ring, a symbol that serves as a pointer, essentially. While in addition to the runes, there are 3 dominant shapes on the outer ring in 3 distinct sections. One of them resembles a circle dotted with many tiny circles inside of it. The second...
Kobolds, I think these could be, used to move us places.
Okay, but what if they're more like a door to another room or a vault or something that we could find that could help us along the way?
Maybe. Let me think about it some more. I think I need to look at the second one a little bit closer. Go ahead, Ethan.
Oh no, it's totally cool. I absolutely love it. You step around the larger 10-foot ring instead of the 5-foot long one in the middle, and you find the second symbol. It depicts what looks like... I don't think that Daphne would know what this quite resembles. To you, it may just look like a bit of a jagged triangle. But to us, it might resemble a pyramid or a ziggurat. And there is a face, a crude face drawn next to it with squiggly lines coming out of its chin. How about yay long? 4 of them.
Oh.
Do we have any idea who that would be?
You can definitely make me, and I'm going to say Arcana or Nature. These are creatures. But the DC for Nature will be higher than the DC for Arcana.
I'm going to pull out my little copper wire and point towards where the rest of the group is and whisper to Zandra, "Hi, so I think that there's a portal that could be shifted to take us places. Might be cool. Not sure it's super relevant, but there's a guy. Feel like I should recognize him, but I don't."
Where would you go?
Well,
That's a good question. Not totally sure. I don't know.
Maybe it's got a dealer's choice function. Best recommended.
What did they find?
Well, I think that's pretty bitchin'. But yeah, can we use it?
There is one final symbol on the outer ring. There are 3. The final symbol is 9 concentric circles.
Ooh.
So, 7 for Arcana, so I'm going to assume that none of this is making any sense
Not a
to
ton.
me at all.
Oh,
Hold on 1 second, Onyx. Daphne, and then we'll jump over to you.
Daphne's just gonna kind of stare at them and have this nagging, tingling feeling that she thinks she should probably know more about this than she does. And she's gonna maybe stare at it, seeing if it comes to her.
You can also make me an Arcana check, and while you're doing
Alright.
so, Onyx.
Onyx is gonna start to walk into the room very nonchalantly, not worrying about being stealthy at all. She just sort of pokes her head around. "Hey, you guys!" Just comes in and starts looking at what they're looking at.
Daphne?
Onyx, you might want to look at this. I got a 14.
14. Okay. That is good enough to have an idea about one of them. Could you roll me a d6
Yes.
to figure out which of them?
4.
4? Perfect. The 9 concentric circles, that one actually you have a pretty good idea about because you are a follower of Tiamat, and Tiamat has a home, so to speak, in the realm of the 9 hells of Avernus. So you're familiar with the concept of the 9 hells and the 9 circles. So that seems reasonable.
Onyx. See these? I think that's like hell. Where Tiamat is?
Oh.
I'm not totally sure. Well, I got the sense this portal could take us places, but I'm also getting a vibe that maybe that's not where we want to be.
Well, what do the other symbols mean?
I have no idea. I feel like I should recognize them, but like, this is one of those moments where like my magical abilities were gifted to me by the Dragon Queen. I'm not like one of those sorts that like reads all the books. I just happen to know a lot of magic.
Oh my god, it's just like your innate ability to exist in the Dragon Queen's world is like so intentional and chosen. It's really quite intoxicating. Don't you think so, Onyx?
Oh,
Very, very intoxicating.
anyway, maybe we don't want to travel there. Was my point. Maybe we want to check out the artificer.
I saw Crunch's hand.
Krunch feels a little left out because everyone left and Krunch is just standing outside. So, you all walked in. I just stayed outside. Krunch's gonna peek his head in and look at the one. Krunch also wants to try and figure out where these go.
Wait, Krunch. I think
What?
you had me backwards. I think that based off of this symbol here, that I think is where like Tiamat has like a place in the 9 somethings of hell.
Hells.
The 9 hells, that maybe we would better serve the Dragon Queen and our mission not going there. Maybe after we defend the pile, then we could. I mean, I don't know, just food for thought. But on the other hand, like maybe seeing Tiamat in the circles of hell, like maybe that is the move to save the pile, but like I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
Are you certain
I
that it's
wanna know
going
what
to
that
take
one-
us there? Like, maybe it's going to bring something from there to us, which could be really useful. Like, if you think about it, what is the point of having a portal room where it's accessible to anybody, considering we just walk right in, and sending followers off to random places instead of bringing things that possibly maybe are needed, materials? Like, there has to be some utilization to this room in the first place for it to even exist. Tiamat doesn't really necessarily need a portal to go to hell, so maybe it goes the other way.
Okay, just like if I'm hearing you correctly, are you thinking that we want to bring something from hell here?
Maybe it's treasure, or magic, or maybe not the hell one because hell kind of seems fucked up, but maybe one of the other 2 runs. Maybe there's something useful that could assist us on our way.
Okay, maybe. The routes do seem kind of close, though. I don't know if it's just that I don't know what the other 2 are and they're all related, or maybe you're right and they're 3 separate places. I'll honestly be like, I'm not sure. Onyx should maybe look at them, too. She might have a vibe. Or Krunch. Krunch might have, like, why don't you? I don't know.
That's what Krunch is going to try to do.
Are you trying to look at them to understand them?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So here's what I'm going to say. Because this is going to be 3 rolls to understand these. If anyone wants to help Krunch with this roll, you can assist and give him advantage, but this will be the last attempt on this particular skill.
Can I direct him to what I don't know so that he doesn't spend time looking at what I have already...
Do you have a higher con?
Can I point out and be like, hi, yes, this.
So that would be helping, so that would give advantage. So Krunch, you can roll Arcana with advantage. Did you get it?
Yeah.
What's the total?
Nat 20. Nat 20.
What's the total?
Nat 20. Oh, okay, with Arcana... Oh, it's a nat 20, but it goes down to 19.
19.
Because it's a negative 1.
All right. With a 19, because you aren't focusing on all 3 of them, you're only focusing on 2, you're able to figure out 1 more. The first shape, the jagged triangle, at first doesn't make much sense to you, but after you look at the second one, You think that that first symbol is a representation of building or city or town. And it's the second symbol that, as soon as you look at it, you know what that is. That represents mind flayers or illithids in all likelihood, given the 4 squiggles coming from the chin. So putting those two things together, if the pointer were located here, probably would take you to some mind flayer or illithid city.
I think we should.
Yeah, so this is a mind flayer. This is a mind flayer. Got the squigglies on its face. I've heard tales about them.
Still got no idea about the last one.
Yeah, I don't know about the last one, but those. This got on your brain and goes. It's just weird.
But wait. Perhaps if the circles represents the 9 hells, maybe the mind flayers is less directly mind flayers, but more where mind flayers come from.
But do we want to be there?
I'm not saying we go there. I'm saying we bring something from there here that could possibly help us.
Do we even know how to activate it?
We have no fucking clue, buddy.
Daphne, you have an idea. You think that...
I have an idea.
You think that the central circle, the one with the pointer symbol, can be pushed or moved to align with one of the other symbols. And if all of the runes were correctly made, once aligned, the portal itself should essentially form under your feet.
I have a strong vibe on how to do it, but I also have some major reservations. And I think that it might be advantageous for us to refocus and check out the artificer.
All of you, really quick, make me history checks in light of Krunch figuring out that symbol.
Oh.
This is going to be a relatively high check. So not 2.
Okay.
10.
17.
17.
13.
13. Xandros?
14.
14. So 17 is our highest. You feel like you have heard that Aromanthal Yavaraxana has had encounters with mind flayers. Even with a mind flayer elder brain. What you can't recall is whether those were positive or negative encounters. But you are sure that those encounters have happened, which if nothing else might explain why the portal exists. Cats. Might explain why the portal exists, but not with complete certainty.
Okay, so I'm not 100% sure. I kind of slept through a lot of history because it was really boring. The teacher's voice just went on and on. But I do remember that our lady she used to go on adventures, fight things, and encounter things. And I do recall an elder brain, which, if I think about it, sounds like it would be a great place to go for knowledge and ideas and potential solutions. Not saying we should go visit an elder brain. I'm just saying it might be a good place to ask. Maybe she kept the elder brain and this is like where she goes to communicate and like a council. Maybe this goes to a council. And like each place has something like some sort of fiend or demon in the hells, the elder brain in this place, and maybe the last one is like an angel or some shit. Maybe it's a council of answers and like knowledge and ideas, or maybe there's just a rotting elder brain on the other side of the gate.
Maybe it's death.
That's okay too.
Or a fight.
I mean, maybe.
This is all up to Daphne.
What do you think, Daphne?
Me?
No pressure.
You're the only one who can open it.
Well,
Well, I mean, I'm the only one that has the secret path, like code, like the how to do it. Like once I reveal this information to y'all, you all could do it, which maybe is the move. I'm gonna just say it. I feel like we should probably go defend the pile. Maybe check in with the artificer and defend the pile. I just am a little anxious about anyone who's not already here in the tunnels, joining us in the tunnels, or us going anywhere other than the tunnels if we're trying to defend the pile. That said, so that I can be a kobold of my word, I think we just have to shift the inner circle so that the arrow's pointing towards the symbol that we want to make the portal to. That if I'm looking at this correctly, I think we'd have to be on the center to twist it so the portal would happen below us.
Okay, but could we, in theory, use the portal wand and have a portal right above it and have just somebody hanging half out to twist it and then go right back really quick just to see what it does? I just want to know what it does.
Ethan, can I do that? Can I honestly do that?
Well, you do also feel like it would be possible to push the central ring without being in the very middle of the circle, so you could probably push it and open the portal without immediately falling through it.
So we could just see what it does. Maybe it's really, really cool and really helpful. Maybe it's shit. I just want to know what it does. It's like a door. It's like a lock.
I could see that. I could see how it looks like a lot. Let's vote. Okay. Who wants to open the portal?
I'm up for mayhem, so let's do it.
Okay. Who's thinking maybe we shouldn't open the portal? Who chose not to vote?
Krunch is
Krunch,
still
you
stuck
haven't raised
on
your hand for
portal.
any of
What?
the three.
Sorry, Krunch was still trying to figure out how the portals work. 'Cause, we want to go through one portal, open up another portal.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
Are we thinking with portals? Is that what that goes on? Okay. Open it.
Oh, no. Okay, so that's 3 votes for open it.
Mm-hmm. We can do the rope trick again. If it gets bad, just fucking yank me out.
Oh, my goodness.
The DM looks too happy about this. We should retreat.
I'm excited about story, whatever that means.
Open
I
it.
mean-
We're gonna open it. You guys were outvoted.
No!
You're the one who said, let's vote.
I put
It's
it
okay.
to democracy.
Democracy.
Everybody just go in the hallway,
Yeah.
and we can either rock, paper, scissors, see who opens it.
What?
I don't mind opening it. It looks really cool.
While you
Kibbles
all
loves
are
opening
having
things.
this conversation, Xandris, again, being the character with the highest passive perception, pays off. You are listening more than participating to this heated discussion, and so you're kind of looking around the walls. This chamber has been carved into the shape of a prism, with 18 walls with very sharp edges all around. This room was very deliberately designed. You also notice in one of these walls what looks like a section of false wall. A small hidden something.
Sanders just goes, "Hey!"
Huh?
Points,
Let's open that instead.
and then just walks towards it until just almost touching it.
Okay.
What's this?
I will.
Smash.
Yeah.
Krunch just walks
I will
over.
look over to her.
I'm just gonna rip it off the wall.
Easily done. It was a section of wall that was actually wood that had been had clay tapped over it to kind of resemble the wall. And as you rip it off the wall, there's a small wooden cabinet hidden here.
Oh.
Something to open.
Drops and goes to open it.
You open it and make no save. As you open the small doors on this cabinet, there are several pieces of chalk, and there are also 2 scrolls or 2 bindings of paper. One has several sheets of parchment, while the other is a single piece of parchment that has been wrapped and tied.
Found paper and candy.
I mean, you were saying you were hungry. Krunch, you can have the candy.
Cool. Gonna take the chalk, and the smart ones take the paper. Here you go. There.
I'm okay. These locations are like freaking me out. If somebody else,
Onyx, do you want them?
Oh, I'm good on the paper, but I was curious. Has Daphne told everybody how to open the portal, or is she has?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so while that all was going on, I turn the knob, open the portal, and step back so I don't get sucked in.
As you start to do that, 1 second, could you roll me a strength check really quick as you were doing this? It is a heavy stone dial.
Okay, let me look at the thing first before I get all excited.
That was a good roll.
It was a good roll. It was only a -1 too. Okay, good. 18.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a 19. It's so pretty.
With meat to beat, which do you turn the pointer towards?
Okay, I'm kind of itching for the one we don't know.
no.
Yes.
Chaos.
I turn it towards that one.
Yes, fan-friggin-tastic. Okay, you Krunch, you're handing out these papers, these parchments, you take the chalk, and Onyx, you rotate the inner stone circle so that the pointer symbol aligns with the symbol of a circle with several smaller circles inside of it. And not the concentric ones. Not that one. The other one. The one that you will
The one that looks like
don't
Dragon
have
Ball
an
Z.
idea. Kinda. And the inner portion of the ring falls away. It was stone ground, and it just falls into nothingness. And for a second, there is simply roiling black that then takes on an image. And what you are able to see from here is a rocky stone landscape. There are valleys, there are small hills of stone. The rock itself all looks fairly uniform in its pale coloration, and it stretches forward. And you see a sky black and full of stars. And there is not enough that it's like actually pulling you all in, but you can feel as there is suction of the air from in here pouring, not forcefully, but noticeably into the portal.
I just stand there and I stare at it.
Yeah, looking down at it, do I have any idea what I'm looking at, like where I'm looking at?
Before I even give you the chance to roll, because if you can't succeed, there's no point in rolling, I have a character question. Has Kibbles ever been above ground?
I want to say probably not, no.
Then I don't think you would have any way of even having a guess at this one.
Alright.
Onyx, it's beautiful. What are those?
I start looking at it, and as a person who's been in nature and has been above ground, I would like to make a roll to see if I know.
So Onyx has been
is.
above ground?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Roll me a nature check. This will be not the highest, but this won't be an easy check.
It's a bad one. It's a bad one.
You know, you haven't spent
5.
that much time above ground.
No, I obviously
You
haven't.
know that underground is huge, so above ground must be also. This could be anywhere. Krunch?
Krunch would have been above ground because he goes out and fights
Okay,
a lot.
go ahead. Anyone whose character is, if you think they've been above ground, you can try for this check.
And I'm sorry.
What am I?
Nature.
Thank you.
15.
Okay.
Top.
Krunch, you get a crazy idea. You've been above ground a handful of times. One of those times it was, one of those times that you went above ground, it was unpleasantly bright the whole time. Your eyes never really adjusted. You had to cover the whole time, and you quickly retreated. It wasn't worth it. So you timed the rest of your visits for when it was dark, like it should be. And the thing that always fascinated you about above ground at night was the pale, rocky shape in the sky. And as you look at the stone landscape in front of you, but also below you through this portal as it stretches out without any signs of plant life or humanoid life as far as you can tell. Maybe it could be the moon as well as anywhere else. And as you have that thought, all of you make a quick perception check as you're looking into the portal.
Ooh, natural 20.
Nice. Success. Yeah, everyone is looking into the portal.
6.
6? Okay. 7.
15.
15.
20. Nat 20.
2 nat 20s and a 15. Those 3 are enough. A 15, you notice a shape really quickly fly across the portal. It's not nearby, it's off in the distance, and it just kind of like cuts through a section of the circular portal. You're not able to make out what it is, but you see that it is a circular shape flying in the air. Nat 20s, Krunch and Kibbles. Kibbles, Krunch, you two are able to make out more detail. Even though it is only visible for a short period of time, you can't help but notice the myriad stalks growing off of this flying blob of a creature, its large single central eye.
Oh, fuck.
As from the ends of its other, or from the ends of the stalks, there are smaller eyes, as it just hovers across your vision.
Onyx, 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 we should close it. I think we should close it.
Nope. Getting it, pushing it back. Push it back. Nope.
Close it,
Nope.
close it,
Nope.
close
Nope.
it, close it.
Nope.
And shifting it out of position, it's much easier than shifting it into position, so no need to make a check there.
Shoulder checking it. I don't care.
I'm not gonna say I told you so, but I am gonna strongly suggest that maybe we should go to the next room.
I think you might be right, Daphne. I'm sorry.
I don't know how to close it.
Krunch is closed it. Krunch
Krunch
closed
it.
Krunch closed. No, we're good. No, we don't need that in our lives. We don't need that in our lives.
I didn't see anything other than what looked like not underground, but I agree with you. We don't need that in our life. Let's go.
Krunch, is that what outside is like?
That's what one outside looks like. I don't want to be there at all.
Thank goodness it's not this outside.
Outside's usually pretty, like, they have these, like, really, really bright bugs in the sky that you can't really grab, and it feels really nice out. But, no, there's this giant, big rock in the sky that you can't reach either, but it gives really, really nice light that you can see. That thing, no, fuck that. No, I don't. That thing was like one big giant eyeball and then had like little mini stalks with other eyeballs on it. You know what? I felt like that was a bad time, and I don't want to be. Can we leave now? Like, please? Like, I don't want to be here.
As you all depart the portal room with a bit of hustle to your step after seeing that, just hastily closing this. All right, we leave. Kibbles?
I'm not gonna hustle.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of stand back a little bit, like wait for everyone else to leave.
Okay.
And bad idea. But Kibbles saw the stars for the first time, and she thought they were the most beautiful thing she has ever seen. And she wants to see them again. And she's going to turn around. And she's going to just ever so slowly try to shift the center pedestal again. Not to the same place, but she's going to try to shift it to the one with the tentacle face.
Make me a strength check. Now that it's been loosened from disuse over the course of
don't say that.
decade, the DC is a little bit lower.
Okay.
As I'm walking out and I'm hearing the stones start moving, I turn around and I go, Kibbles, no! As she's slowly turning it to alert everyone behind me that she has started.
Well, let's see what Kibbles gets on this.
Well, Kibbles got horrible.
Okay.
Like, got a 2.
Okay.
So she is going to start, like, shifting it and then look behind her to Onyx and be like, just kind of, like, back away and scuttle after you. And then not say anything. Just follow.
With a close call there with Kibbles, just her own small arms betraying her big dreams. You all continue ahead, and I will let you know that one of the scrolls you picked up, the one with multiple sheets of paper, if used in tandem with the chalk because that's the material component, that is a scroll of Magic Circle.
Ooh.
The other scroll is a scroll of Dominate Monster.
Oh.
Did you just spit that out, Krunch?
It's a little wet now. It should still work, though.
I think he ate it.
It works. Candy.
So,
Okay.
you all proceed towards the artificiary. As you travel, and it's been about another 30 or so minutes, you hear a loud sound that shakes the tunnel around you. Off in the distance, the direction you're heading, it sounds like an explosion.
Oh.
It also sounds not immediately next to you, but pretty close.
In the pile! Or the artificer. I don't know.
Does it sound like where we're going or more further in the distance?
Nope, the direction you're heading.
Um,
There is the sound of an
Daphne, you might be
explosion,
right.
the sound of splintering wood, and the sound of stone impacting against stone.
I think that might be the alchemist.
Onyx?
Krunch, use your cloak. Fling yourself ahead and check out what's going on up there.
Oh. I could do that.
Which are you using? You're using the Cloak of the Bat? Is that what you're using? Or
You could become a bat, too.
Yes!
Cloak of the Bat? Since you are
Bat!
in dim light, you can either gain flying speed, or you can polymorph yourself into a bat. You can only do that once a day, just so you know. Turn into a bat.
Okay, but I can fly whenever I want,
Yep.
right? Okay, cool. Well, actually, hold on. I don't have to be a bat. I could do
You're right.
stealth.
You can just be yourself. I think you're pretty cool as you are. Like
You are enough.
Thanks. That Krunch appreciates that. Krunch has been feeling down about himself lately. It's all right. You know what? Screw it. I'll just polymorph into a bat and let's see how that goes. I'm curious.
Okay. So, you grab hold of the edges of this cloak and in very Dracula fashion just shift into a high-pitched echolocation squeaking bat, and you start flapping your way down that direction. And as you fly into this larger cavern, this massive cavern, the first thing that catches your eye, though there is much more to this space than just this, is on the opposite side of this cavern from where you are. The dust is still settling, as it looks like two large doors were detonated off of their hinges, exploding outward. The dust and rubble there obscuring anything behind the door, but in front of the door, you see the mangled bodies of several ever so slightly bluer kobolds than yourselves. And as the dust settles slightly, you hear a high-pitched screeching sound, and the sound of chains rattling. As the shrieks continue, you see something starting to materialize behind the dust. A humanoid shape. And these 4 small flying creatures that are attached to chains. And the chains themselves are attached to this creature. 2 of them into where the collarbone would be, and 2 into the upper back. You see the creatures first, these small, winged, imp-like creatures, push their way through the dust, and then stepping through the dust, becoming clearer, this humanoid shape taking form, is an abomination. It is something wrought of body parts from numerous different creatures, mismatched, misshapen, discolored, rotting, has been sewn, stitched, and forced together to create this horrid form that steps through the doorway. And as it starts to step through the doorway, you hear from behind it, and that's where we'll close session 2 of Rise of the Redscales.
I like not that. Bring me something else. I really don't like that.
You wanted the alchemist.
Oh, we got raided.
Oh, thank you so much for raiding. You all got to join us right at the climactic end as Krunch, our kobold, spotted some horrifying creature emerging from this space where the alchemist is known to reside. And what you just missed is our adventurers very narrowly avoiding going to a moon infested with beholders and maybe to a illithid city. So close! So
Ethan, it
close
was
to
See
getting
the
you guys there.
stars.
Ethan, it was Misty.
Thank you so
Misty
much for
Mountain.
raiding Misty Mountain. Who was playing tonight? Who was DMing? I didn't get to see. Whatever it was, I hope you had an amazing game. Speaking of Misty Mountain, before we head out, a few announcements. 3 of us here will be playing our next session of The Wild Beyond on Misty Mountain streaming on Saturday. We'll be playing. It's super exciting. Super exciting, super cute and weird and also chaotic campaign.
10 out of 10 recommend. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
No, it's definitely
I
a
love the
3-shot
characters.
Smallville. We will definitely be able to finish it next
Uh-huh.
time.
Yep.
That one, I'm
Yep.
sure. I'm
Yep,
pretty
mhm.
sure on that.
Yep.
Pretty sure. But I'm
Press
loving
X
it.
to
This is the campaign.
I'm loving it one way or the other, so I don't care. Yeah, this will lead into the campaign. We're just going to keep all Kobolds long-term campaign. Well,
Yeah.
thank you players so much for playing this game with me, for telling this story. I appreciate each and every single one of you. So before we head out, let's check in with all of our players, see if they got anything exciting, let you know where you can find them online. So let's go ahead and start this time with Maverick.
Hey everybody. I'm currently playing through Baldur's Gate. I start Act 2 on Digital Clubhouse TV here on Twitch on Saturday, which will lead into a little bit of a break, but then I'll be playing Misty Mountain later on at 7 p.m. Eastern time because time zones are not my friend. But I'm also playing Helldivers 2 and also making TikTok content with my friend Gamazgul. Making wonderful, wonderful videos. I'm full of treason apparently, because I'm just full of treason. But hey, democracy. But
Cannot wait to play Helldivers. And
so great.
before moving on to our next wonderful player, just while I have everyone here in the stream, please don't go anywhere so that since you raided us, we can pass that raid love on to someone else. Also, if you want to get notified when we go live, please follow. If you feel like supporting the stream and want to subscribe to get access to all these beholder emojis, that's awesome too. If not, I appreciate you being here. You'll be able to watch this and the previous session on Twitch while it's up, but also on our YouTube, Thousand Faces Cosplay. So, next up, I'm trying to go in the reverse order that I did last time. Let's see if I can remember. Sally, hit us.
So I am body painting my boyfriend this weekend, which is going to be interesting. We will be body painting him as Colossus. And this was his choice, and it's going to be very interesting, let me just tell you. I don't even know. But we will be raiding into the wonderful D&D campaign that they are having on Saturday, and I'm sure they will be promoting it even more. But if you guys want to raid into Thousand Faces playing on Misty Mountain, you just come and join us. We're going to be on Crucifix's stream body painting him. We're going to have to shave him first, for sure. It's going to be interesting.
So make a day of it. Join Sally, Quinn, and Crucifix for a Colossus body paint, and then join us for the Wild Beyond. Anna Margaret, where can we find you?
Hi, you can find me everywhere on the internet at It's Anna Margaret. I leave at 6 a.m. tomorrow to head to Magic Con Chicago. So I will be a featured creator there. I have my meet and greets and everything posted, but I will also be in the Clash of the Creators, which is a family feud style game. And I've admitted everywhere, so I'll say it here too. I've only played Magic for 2 years, and so wish me luck. Hopefully I know something, and it should be really fun. And so yeah, come see me in Chicago if you're in Chicago. Otherwise, I'll be making lots of videos on it. You can check it out there. And last thing that's kind of exciting is there's a new Universes set that just came out, the UU Hack Show Dark Tournament. And so I have my latest YouTube video showcasing this new set. So you can check it out.
As someone who played my first game of Magic 26 years ago, it warms my heart to see that people are still losing as much money to that hobby as I did.
I love it, and we need a magic night ASAP. We need a magic night ASAP.
I've just given so much money to Wizards of the Coast over the years that I'm like, Jesus, can I just print the cards, please? They'll be on cheap little paper. No one will care. But no, don't do that. Pay for the product. Xandris. Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm converting oxygen to carbon dioxide on Thousand Faces Cosplay on Instagram and all over the rest of the internet. I also shake my butt a lot on Lauren Modeling, which is 95% Lauren. So there's 5% of Ethan in there. That's kind of great. Working on cosplays, working on gaming, keeping a leash on the mental health situation, trying to hydrate, trying to take the meds, do the exercise, eat the right, do the good, all the crap. Do good to you. You're the only you we have. Thanks for stopping by, guys.
And since Lauren won't praise herself, she just did a very cool gesture photo shoot. Definitely
Oh my
check
god,
that
yes.
out. She nailed
Look at it, it's beautiful. Best gesture.
And
so
bring
cute.
us home, Maddie.
I am home for 2 months, thank God. I will be working on Orin and Karlak cosplays, so if you want to watch my progress on those, I'm hoping to be
You're
posting
doing
more.
Orin?
You're doing
Oh yeah,
that?
baby. And Karlak. I'm learning how to do silicone molding and everything to try to make Orin look like skin. So if you want to watch that shit, come check out my Instagram on Mithril Cosplays. And I will be posting a lot of different things on there. As far as anything else, I might start streaming some of my own shit later, but just follow me on Instagram to stay updated on some stuff.
Absolutely. And Mav?
Who the fuck is Orin?
Oh yeah, you'll get to her. She's a
Yes, I
babe.
am.
Get there.
Okay.
She's a babe.
Okay.
If you want people's links, everyone's links have just been posted in the chat, so please follow these incredible
that's
players.
nice.
They are so good, so talented at everything they do.
nice.
I appreciate you all being here. If you want to see more of our D&D, TTRPG, Baldur's Gate, and soon-to-be Helldivers content, please follow here on Twitch. Follow on TikTok for D&D content. I am the Buff DM and Thousand Faces Cosplay all over those places. So until next time, which we will hear soon, figure out when next time will be, thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate you so much. Hope you do something good for yourselves today. At minimum, hydrate. You are enough. We appreciate you being here. So we will see you all next time with part 3 with the Chaos Kobold crew. Don't go anywhere so we can raid someone else. See you, friends.